Welcome to Flat Earth News. Greetings from Pennsylvania. It's the weather capital of the world. And it has come to my attention that not everybody knows that Pennsylvania is the weather capital of the world because it's stemming from an indigenous holiday here in Pennsylvania called Groundhog Day. But people in other states never heard of it, okay? But we here in Pennsylvania, it's an all-night party, polka party, 3 in the morning. They're lighting fireworks up at 5 in the morning. You know, people stay up all night or get up real early. It's a good time, okay, but we're going to be studying the weather because that's what the Groundhog Day party is all about. So the first study in this series is going to be on earthquakes. Starting in Proverbs 30, there's 3 things. For 3 things, the earth is disquieted, and 4 which it cannot bear. A servant when he reigneth, a fool filled with meat, an odious woman when she is married, and a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. Okay. So the earth is disquieted for 3 things, and 4 which it cannot bear. And a married woman is one of them. Okay, 1 Kings 19:11. And he said, "Go forth and stand upon the mount before the Lord, and behold, the Lord passed by, and a great and strong wind rent the mountain, and brake it in pieces the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind, and after the wind an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake, and after the earthquake a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire, and after the fire, a still small voice." Acts 16:26. Okay, that was the earthquake that shook open the prison. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's bands were loosed. Isaiah 29:6, "Thou shalt be visited by the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, tempest, and the flame of devouring fire." Amos 1:1. Well, that talks about this being 2 years before the earthquake when Amos wrote this. It says, "The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, the king of Israel." This was 2 years before the earthquake. Now, I'm not going to read that whole story on this one. We're just overview of earthquake. Matthew 24:7. "Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places." 27:54. "Now when the centurion and they that were with him watching Jesus saw the earthquake and those things which were done, they feared greatly, saying, Truly this was the Son of God." Matthew 28:2. "Behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it." Mark 13:8. "Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows." Luke 21:11. "The great earthquakes in divers places, famines, pestilences, fearful sights, great signs shall be there from heaven." Revelation 6:12. "I beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." Revelation 8:5. "And the angel took the censer, filled it with the fire of the altar, and cast it to the earth, and there was voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake." Revelation 11:13. "It's the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and they gave glory to the God of heaven. Revelation 11:19. The temple of God was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. Revelation 16:18. There was voices and thunderings and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. Zechariah 14:5. Ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach Azal. Yeah, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Lord my God shall come, and all the saints with thee. To Samuel 22:8, the earth shook because he was wroth and trembled. The fountains of heaven were moved and shook because he was wroth. Psalms 18:4. Well, it's 4 through 10. The sorrow of death compassed me, and the floods of the ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God, and he heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even unto his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and a fire out of his mouth devoured coals which were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet, and he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. Isaiah 23:11, he stretched out his hand over the sea, and he shook the kingdoms. The Lord has given a commandment against the merchant city to destroy the jail, the strongholds. Okay, Hebrews 12:26, when the voice then shook the earth, whose voice then shook the earth? But now he hath promised, saying, yet once more I shake not the earth only, but also heaven. Shake the whole plate. Quake is in there. Nahum 1:5, the mountains quake at him, and the hills melt. The earth is burned at his presence. Yeah, the world and all that dwell in. Isaiah 14, O art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? Ezekiel 26:15, thus saith the Lord God to Tyrus, shall not the isles shake? Islands, I think it means. And the sound of thy fall. Oh, shall not the island shake at the sound of thy fall, when the wounded cry? when the slaughter is made known in the midst of thee. Habakkuk 2:6, I have it called the Great Shake. Haggai 2:6, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. Shake is in there 32 times. I will shake the heavens and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. Psalms 46:3, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, Selah. Psalm 72:16, never mind, hold on. Isaiah 2:19, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Isaiah 2:21, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Today's forecast, 53% chance of bullshit. Stay safe out there.